Hey everyone, welcome to Code Harmony. Today we are going to solve LeetCode Problem ID 1582, spatial positions in binary matrix. So it's an easy question based on 2D array traversal. So it's a good question to get started with problem solving. Here in this problem statement, we are given m cross n matrix, and what we have to return? Number of spatial positions in that matrix. So any position, see matrix is a 2D space where we have m number of rows and number of columns, and ij is a specific position, or you can say specific cell, and that cell is a spatial position if value present at that cell is 1 and all the other items in that row, in that column are 0. So now I will explain it again to you for a better understanding. So here what is given to us? A matrix of size m cross n. We have m number of rows and number of columns, and what we have to figure out is find spatial positions. And what is a spatial position? The value at particular cell should be equal to 1, and in that particular column and in that particular row all the other items should be 0. So it means that should be the only one in that specific column, in that specific row. Okay. So what is a column? Let's say if I am iterating over the same given matrix, first one I am encountering is this. So now at index I is equal to 0, j is equal to 0, I found there is a 1. It means I need to see whether this position is spatial or not. So first condition is met. Second condition is that particular row and column should have all the other items as 0. So let's check for the row first. So to check for the row, we need to fix this I value and check for every single possible value of j apart from this current value. So j0 is already checked, so other values are j1 and j2. All the other items are 0. So it means this row condition is also met. And for the column, when I try to fix the j value and check for all the other items of all the other values of I found out that I is equal to 2 and j is equal to 0. We have one more 1. It means that this is not a spatial position and we have to move next. So keep on exploring over this grid, and in the end return the count of spatial positions. Okay. So how do we solve this problem? As we are given 2D grid of size m cross n, first of all we need to check every single row and column or every single cell. To check every single cell, we have to check m cross n cells in total. So one loop we can use for I, one loop we can use for j. Why we are doing so? Because let's say we have to check the first row first. So for the first row, I value is 0. Then j value is 0, 1 and 2. For I value of 1, it means we are checking the second row. J value will also be 0, 1 and 2. For I equal to 2, j value will be 0, 1 and 2. So it means this is for the first loop and this is the second loop. Nested loops we can use to visit every cell in this matrix. And after visiting that cell, we can check for the condition. Check all the elements in that row and all the elements in that column. And if that satisfies the condition given in the problem, we are good. So what I have done is I have solved this problem with you can say simulating whatever is given to me in the problem statement. So simulation I can apply to solve this problem. Whatever is given, just do that and get the answer. Or you can say brute force is going to be something like this. Visiting every single cell, for loop I belong to 0 to m minus 1. For loop j belong to 0 to n minus 1. Now I will check if value at I j is equal to 1, check all the other elements in the row, all the other elements in the column, and if we found any other one apart from the one at the current cell, it is not a valid position, not a special position. So this is our brute force. We are not going to code the brute force because the time complexity here is order of n square, or let me just write in a proper manner: m number of rows, n number of column, visiting all the cells using these nested loops, m into n. After that, checking every element in the row is approximately n. Checking all the other elements in the row is approximately m. It should be n minus 1, m minus 1, but yeah, on average it is something like this. So checking both the elements is n plus m. So multiply with n plus m. So this is going to be the time complexity if we go with this brute force and do the simulation. But we can save it. Why? Because let's say, let me take the same example again. If I have already processed the current one at index 0, 0, I know that in the first column we have 2 ones. So when I'm coming at this one again, I'm also going to check the first column. So there are some redundancy. So this redundancy can be removed if we are thinking in a better way. So how we can do to optimize it? We can store the count of number of ones in each row and each column. Let's say I am taking an array of n size to store the number of ones in each column, and I'm naming this array as column. It is initialized with 0 initially, and I'm taking one more array of size equal to m. By default it is initialized with 0. It means we have not done anything on this array, and I'm naming this array as row. So row and column, and then I will do one iteration: row 1, row 2, row 3, all the row one by one. And this iteration I can do in order of n into m time, and while doing the iteration I will check if current cell value is 1, I'm going to increment the number of count of 1 in that particular row, in that particular column by 1. So it means the first row is having a 1 and first column is having a 1, and after that this one means second row there is a 1, and third column there is a 1, and for this is for the first column. It means in the first column we have 2 ones, and in the third row we have 1 1, and second row we have 1 1, and first row we have 1. Now this is the state once we have done the iteration and captured the number of the count of ones in each row and each column in these extra data structures. Now what do I do again? See, that was the step 1. The step 2 is I need to find the number of spatial positions. Spatial positions means then when I'm encountering a 1, apart from this particular one, there should not be an extra 1 in that particular row, in that particular column. It means that is the only one in that particular row and column. So the row value of that cell and the column value of that cell should have 1. Both should have 1. Correct? So I will do the iteration again using nested for loops, and if the value is equal to 1, it means that column value in that particular cell should be equal to 1, and row value in that particular row value for that particular cell should also be 1. So this is going to specify that okay, this row and this column is having only 1. So this satisfies the condition, and this explains that this is a spatial position. So let's count the spatial position. See, for the first one, I'm seeing that in this row we have only 1 1, and in that first column we have 2 1. It means that this one is not a spatial position. Now let's move to the next one. this one is at a position where the particular cell row and cell column is having only one. Okay, this is a special position, and this is also not a special position because the first column is having 2 1s. So this is what we can do. And what is the time complexity now? First of all, we tried to prepare this row array and column array to store the number of ones in the respective row and respective column. So that is order of n into m operation, just a traversal over the matrix, and after that iterating over the matrix again to check whether it is a special position or not by just directly checking the count in this array. So that is going to reduce the time complexity to n into m, 2 times n into m is the same thing, but the space complexity will also be introduced in this method, that is equal to n plus m. In the above brute force there was no space, but space is never an issue, time is. So this is going to be the better solution for this problem, and it's an easy problem. So if you are optimizing easy problems, so it's a good getting started with problem solving and building your interest in this. Okay, now let's code this problem. So here first of all we need to capture the number of rows and number of column int integer m. Number of rows is mat dot length, integer number of columns is mat 0 dot mat 0 dot length. What if there is no element? See, there will definitely be one row at least, so we can comfortably use this. Okay, now we want to prepare 2 arrays to store the number of ones. Integer array for row, new integer array of size m, and integer array for column, new integer of size n, and iterate over the matrix I equal to 0, I less than m, I plus plus, and for j is equal to 0, j less than and j plus plus. So these 2 arrays will be updated when we encounter a 1. So 1 is something like mat I and mat j is equal to 1. If it is 1, just update the values in row and column. Row of I plus plus, column of j plus plus, because by default it is 0. So now we have to count of 1 in each row and each column. We have to iterate over the matrix again. To iterate, I can copy the same code, I equal to 0 less than m, j equal to 0 less than n, j plus plus. If it is 1, now I need to see if it is a 1, it means that it should be the only one for that particular row and column. So if that row of I is equal to 1 and column of j is equal to 1, in this case I'm going to increment my count, and at the end this count is going to give me the count of spatial positions. Initialize this count with 0. So that is our code. Let's see if I have not done any compilation error. It's submitted on sample test cases. Let me submit this code. It got submitted successfully, and this code is going to give us order of m into n time. That is the least we can do. Order of 1 time on every single position. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye. In case you have any doubt or any concern, you can comment down below. Thank you.